No one likes you. No one likes you.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Bree, aka Nerdy, and thank you and welcome back to Nerdy Glasses. Yeah, that's my show name. Totally knew that. Anyway, as you guys can see in the background, I am setting up pins because today I am going to ink up the DC cover, the one I've been talking about and blah blah blah, and as you've been seeing me draw for like 4 weeks now, actually more like 2, but yeah, today's the day. I'm gonna ink it up. I don't really go all the way fully into it, but I get just enough there so you guys can see my little process of how I like to ink, how I like to try to figure things out. By the way, that was just a Prism marker, just in case you guys were wondering, because I'm gonna be using that too. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. As you guys can see, I'm starting with Wonder Woman. I'm always starting with Wonder Woman. She's the main centerpiece of the picture, so that's where the main focus of your eye is going to go to. So I kind of make sure that I put a lot of attention on her and make sure the details are right. Obviously, I'm going to go out throughout the whole entire rest of the picture, but mostly for her, I'm just making sure I get all the details that you're going to see right off the gate. For you guys that are new to inking, inking is really, everybody's like, oh, it's like tracing, but with ink. It's not. It's its own little thing. Somebody that inks very well can actually like enhance your own drawing. Granted, if you're one of those people that love the pencils, love the pencils. I have a Marvel video just all about how I do the pencils because some people just really like that. But for those who really love inks, inks are pretty badass. Some inks that you'll see are just so good. You're like, it doesn't even need color. I'm not that good of an inker, but in this video I try. So I just do the basic, follow the lines that I got, make sure they're clean. I try to make sure that I keep my arm steady based on the table, and instead of rotating my arm around, actually just turn the picture to what I need it to get to. You want to have precise control of what you're doing, so that way you get those fine details, and also you can control the pressure of what you're doing. So for Batman and for Superman's cape, I actually went through and I just get the, get the fine details and the outlines for you guys. I was going through a process with that one. I was trying to figure out whether I should ink it fully where it has the hard dark, just white and black, or if I wanted to be a little different, kind of like the Jim Lee style where you use the cross hatching to achieve what you want to look at, so you can get that kind of finer detail. In the end, actually, you see me go ahead and I just went with the outlines. And for Aquaman, what I'm doing is just doing all those scales. By the way, that took me a long time. The scales, they're just something on their own. And as you can see, I kind of get in there and I get the bubbles in there and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, just add like a little extra story that's being told. I feel that's kind of a cool thing that cover artists do very well. They tell you just a mini piece of what story is going on, and maybe these 2 or these 4 figures, actually 5, these 5 figures are all just in their little mini parts of this bigger story, and they're just trying to, for some odd reason, on this page, so you can kind of see how they're interacting. For Harley Quinn, as you guys can see, I kind of nailed out her design a little bit more. I went ahead and I decided to give her the old school Harley Quinn mask, and I just added the hint of the new Suicide Squad look, and also pointed the tops. That was something I just did last minute just because I wanted to. Right here, I added in some color to Superman, only because Batman, he was gray and black, and he kind of looked just like Batman. I was like, well, I can't screw out Superman, so I gave Superman the coloring. You're in luck, because that's the only time you'll ever see me color. I just don't like it. I don't like to color. I am not a colorist. I know what I am. I'm a penciler. I'm an inker. I'm great at storyboarding. I am not a colorist, but I try to. And with the Prismacolor marker that you see me using right now, it's like coloring, but it's not. It's kind of, I figure it more like a hint of shading. I'm still getting used to them because this is a 30% one. So as I learned that you can go down later on your base layer and get a good sense of shade, and then you can always go back over and make it darker. That's how you use the Prismacolor markers. A lot of people don't usually tell you that, but that's like the best way to use them. Get your base layer, figure out what color you want to use, what shade, and then go back in. And if you want to make it a little bit darker, you can use the thicker side of the brush or that other little cap that you can see on the back end of my hand. that actually is a smaller nib, so it actually allows you to get in there and actually get finer details if you really want to. Right here, I'm just jazzing up Batman's cowl, and just I went ahead and used the Sharpie on that one, just because I wanted to have that rich, dark look, and I felt that later on in this piece I'm actually going to be filling in a lot of the negative space or empty space. If you don't know what negative space is, it's just another name for empty space, or a space that has nothing in it, but it adds an element to the scene, helps for the silhouette. Anyway, I'm going to be using the Sharpie probably later on for that, to get those kind of rich elements of the scene or the cover to pop out, so that way from afar it just looks stunning, you know, or it looks like, oh man, that's pretty appeasing. Like, that's our goal. We're always trying to be eye appeasing as artists. We want people to look at it and be like, oh man, that's such a badass piece of artwork. Like, we try. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the love that you guys are showing me with my new China channel. I promise that I'm probably just not going to make any more of these videos. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into my story, because in the beginning a lot of people ask me, like, when are we going to go back to the story? I want to see this paneling. I want to see how you draw it. So, as promised, I'm going to do it. After this video, there's no more of the cover arts. I'll eventually show you guys how they turned out in a later video, and then from there I'll be giving them away to people. But next video is going to be about paneling, how to lay out your story, how to get your story to match up with what what you want to lay out, and then you're like, oh, that's, you just said the same thing, kind of reverse. It's kind of sorta. We're gonna start with thumbnails like I did originally, but we're gonna show why I'm laying out these panels, like these panels a certain type of way, and why I'm giving more attention to one versus the other, and so you guys can see it. So thanks guys for hanging out with me. I think I'm gonna come up with a new little jingle. It's gonna be called Let's Get Nerdy. So hope to see you guys next time, and I hope you get nerdy with me later. Later guys.